Hello, St. Francis Episcopal Parish and Community Center. I am coming to you from my living room at home, where yes, I've got little Ruthie with me. She's definitely going to make an appearance or two in this video. And Esther, my pug mix, has just decided to start making noise with a squeaky toy, so hopefully not too much. But there, I am at home filming a video for my home on purpose, and so all that comes with that might be in this video. I know that a lot of you, especially parents with young kids, can relate to having unexpected mess and noise at home. Mine come from four-legged creatures, yours come from two-legged creatures, and maybe also four-legged creatures. So it's a little different, but relatable for sure. So this video is to introduce you all to our 2023 Lent-at-Home bags. There's a lot of ways to keep a holy Lent on your own, and this year I wanted to invite us to do that together in our family units as well. One of the things that I know as a children and youth minister is that no matter how much I do in my job, in my role, in the way that I interact with your kids, parents, you are your children's primary faith leaders, faith role models. You are who they see 7 days a week, modeling what it means to be a Christian adult in the world. You know, I'm not there 7 days a week. I can't do that. You know, so much of our spiritual formation happens in our family unit with the people that we spend the most time with. And so this year we've assembled these paper bags full of things to help you and your family explore Lent together and enter into a Holy Lent together. So I'm just going to do a quick little overview video here of what's inside, of what you'll find inside. So the first thing, well, you'll see all kinds of things when you peek into your bag. First thing I'll draw your attention to is we are using the materials from Illustrated Ministry. They are an incredible organization that put together materials especially geared toward children and families. And this year for Lent, their theme was "This is my body," which are words that we hear every week in the Eucharistic prayer when we remember the Last Supper. And when Jesus broke bread and shared it with his friends, he said, "This is my body." And we remember that each week in the Eucharist. And so this year's Lent at Home is based on being embodied, on what it means to be people who have bodies that do weird things, that fail us, that ail us, that let us do incredible things, that allow us to move in the world. Our bodies are our home for the time that we are alive, and it's really incredible. And Jesus, God, was embodied too, and that is even more incredible. And so this year's Lent-at-Home series is all based on that. So when you peek in, you'll see there's a lot of white papers full of all of the weeks of Lent, of materials for them. So they're not stapled or anything. I didn't want anyone to have to pull stuff apart, but that does mean they're loose. So if they get totally tossed around, let me know. I'll help you figure out what goes in what order, but mostly things are labeled, so you should know what goes where. So for each week of Lent, the way that Illustrated Ministry does it is they actually break Lent into 7 weeks. They base it off of the calendar week, and so the first week of Lent is kind of a half week since it starts on Ash Wednesday. I invite you all to use this in whatever timeline that suits your family. Don't feel confined by the weeks. They're there if they're to the extent that they're helpful. But life is busy. You'll use this when you can, how you can. And that's the most important thing, is to build connection when you can and how you can with God and with each other. So for each week, there's a front page that has a reflection, some discussion questions, and on the back information about an activity to do together, and a closing prayer. If there are particular materials needed for the activity that are maybe strange, know that they will be found in your bag. But things like crayons or scissors or glue, I imagine that you probably have that at home. If you don't, obviously, please contact me. We'll hook you up. We'll get it to you. So there's an overview sheet of the week. And then the next thing you'll find is a piece of paper with the scripture reflection, like the passage from scripture that the reflection is based off of. That's printed out there for you as well. And then I think 4 of the 7 weeks, there's an activity sheet. There's a piece of paper from Illustrated Ministries for the activity for that week. So then that's included. And the last piece of paper for each week is a coloring sheet that is themed off of the reading, the scripture reading. There will be extra copies of the coloring sheets for all 7 weeks in the kind of passway entryway of the church, right when you come in the double doors of the worship entrance. Hi, Ruthie. There will be spare coloring sheets because there's 1 per bag. There's 1, copy of each week per bag. So I know that if you've got multiple kids or multiple family members who will want to color, it might be helpful to get a few spares. So there'll be spares. Take what you need. So it's a little overview of the white papers. The themes of each week include Jesus grew up, Jesus took naps, Jesus got hungry, Jesus got thirsty. It just really explores a lot of different things that are relatable for us as human beings that Jesus also did, because Jesus was an embodied human being. So that's this part of the bag, the white papers. And then you'll notice there's also a few pieces of construction paper. Some of the activities might say, draw on a scrap of paper or cut and paste these on a piece of paper. So I've included a few different assorted pieces of construction paper in there for you to use if you would like. And then one of the activities involves coffee filters. So there's a few coffee filters in here for you. Then there's a few note cards. One of the activities includes being quiet and communicating only non-verbally. And so one of the options was to write or draw on a note card. So I've included a few note cards for that. Also for the activity that involves the coffee filters, you might gather some things from around your house, some spices, some dirt from outside, but I've also included some coffee grounds. I will just note that these coffee grounds expired in a while ago because we had a pandemic. So I pulled this from coffee grounds that we are not serving at St. Francis. And instead, those are good. The rest of them will be composted, but these can certainly be used for this activity. I just wouldn't recommend putting them in your coffee maker. And then there's a few crayons in the bottom of the bag as well for miscellaneous drawing and coloring and what have you. So there's a few crayons. And then the last things in the bottom of the bag, there are a few just like decoration type things. One of the activities involves making what you think bacteria looks like for kids and adults, and you can use different materials that you might have around your house, but I've included a few craft supplies as well. So no glitter. I am aware of how that gets everywhere, so there's nothing with glitter on it, but there's some felt pieces, some foam pieces, some pom-poms, a couple feathers, things like that, that you can use some glue to glue on a piece of paper or move around, and then either toss if it's not helpful, or you can add spares to your craft collection, your craft box, your craft closet, wherever you keep supplies like this. So yeah, that's the overview of this bag. I hope that you and your family unit, whatever shape and size your family unit is. For me, it's me and 2 dogs. I hope that you're able to enter into a Holy Lent together and deepen your connection with God, deepen your connection with each other, and I hope that some of the things in this bag help you to do that. Thanks for watching this intro video, and please let me know what comes of this for you and your family. I'd love to hear. Take care.